Welcome to the spiritual reflection this morning from Deborah's Tree. Great to be with you this morning, spending a few moments together. This morning I was reflecting on a conversation I had recently with a colleague who'd written a book for young people about spiritual transformation, about regeneration, and he'd told it in the form of a story of a young man going out to fight on all the battles and all the armor. It was a good read, a good story, but in our conversation I did mention that as a woman I get a little disturbed by these images of fighting in battles and armor when it comes to regeneration, and about how the Divine One heals us and brings us to a better place. So, as you may have just picked up from that sentence, what I just said, I really do prefer the images of healing, salving, for regeneration, rather than a series of battles in which we conquer and become triumphant, or really what happens is that the divine conquers and experiences the victory. So yes, I would say a lot of the imagery that's in the Word and in Swedenborgian theology is based on the sort of fighting images for transformation or for regeneration, specifically in Swedenborg, because the Arcana deals with the Old Testament, Genesis and Exodus. There's a lot of that kind of imagery in that part of the Word, so it permeates Swedenborgian thinking, theology. But those healing images are present in the Hebrew scriptures, and maybe more so in the Christian scriptures, with the stories of Jesus healing people as a sacred image of regeneration, of healing from spiritual diseases. And, it might just be me, it might be me as a woman, it might be me as a human, prefer that sort of gentler way of picturing or imaging regeneration. I'm reminded of some work I did earlier, a couple of years ago, about healing, and that an Old English word, hal, H-A-L, is the origin from which our current words whole and heal and holy come down to us. So that those three notions of wholeness, healing, and holiness are connected linguistically, but I also think in the meaning for us in our lives. Any way that you can become whole or healed is a way to become holy, closer to imaging the divine. Reminds me again of this wonderful verse from Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 14. Divine One, if you heal me, I will be healed. If you save me, I truly will be saved. My praises are for you alone. I just love how that one verse captures the, first of all, praises for you alone. This is the divine doing the healing. But of the connection between healing and saving, healing and salvation. The message for me here is that individual or your personal, my personal transformation or regeneration is about becoming more whole, more holy, about experiencing more well-being in our spiritual life. Temptation battles are one way to phrase that, but I think that also the notion of bringing loving attention to your woundedness is a way to heal with love. If you think of the different kind of issues that you might be facing in your spiritual life, whether it's depression, anger, anxiety, resentment, whatever it is, one way is to ask the divine for help in fighting it, and another way is to ask the divine for help in healing it with love, by bringing loving attention to it and listening to how the divine moves you in order to heal. So my prayer for you today, in conclusion, is that the divine might lead you to bring loving attention to where you feel spiritually wounded or where you might feel spiritually ill, so that you might be healed with love.